Welcome to Subbie Count. I'm your host Pinky, and today we're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 7 Episode 12. So if you'd like to see more, then just stay tuned. But before we begin, I would like for everyone to check out my website, LivyDorsalStyle.com, where you can find cute accessories like these handmade earrings I'm wearing right now. You can find these and more in the link down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I figured we weren't going to get more than 2 weddings this episode, okay? And y'all, this review ain't even gonna be that long because not much happened. I think we should get the weddings out of the way and then we'll discuss the drama. So let's talk about Garrett and Taylor. She said she's never had her hair and makeup done professionally, so this was really fun for her. Her mother had a very sweet moment with her where she gave her baby bonnet from when she was born, and that was beautiful. She chose a very interesting style dress that you don't see people wear often, where it was shorter in the front and it had like a train in the back. I'm just gonna say it's interesting. Because even at the reception, I thought maybe you could take the train off, so at the reception she'll be free to move around a little bit more, but no, it still had the train, and she wore Chucks with it, and I thought it was a little different, okay. And then on Garrett's side of things, he was a little bit more nervous. But her dad came and had a conversation with her. Mind you, if y'all remember, the dad really didn't want much to do with this at first. He didn't even want to be filmed. But I think the mother helped him come around, and you know, he realizes that his daughter's going to do this anyway. I think he just wanted to be involved in her wedding day. And so he had a conversation with Garrett, and you know, encouraged him about their relationship and talked about how there will be hard times in their relationship. He said when his brother died that Taylor was there for him every step of the way, and you know, he had become emotional at that point, and he said he's experienced a lot of loss in his life, and he had 8 groomsmen at his wedding and he only has 4 left. I believe her father cares. I don't think he was trying to be controlling. I think he's just lost a lot of people, and so he was just trying to be protective of his baby girl. Didn't want to see her get hurt. So that's why he wasn't embracing it at first, but he is now. And then we see his parents pop up. I really didn't expect to see his parents to show up because they've been so against everything. The mother still looked like she was upset, like she didn't want this to go down, but verbally she was saying, you know, there's not much we could do, but you know, we're gonna support you. You know, she's kind of dragging her feet on it. And I get where the mom is coming from. She doesn't want her baby to be hurt, but I feel like she just was trying to convince him not to do it and let it go. Like, you don't have to be married to her. If he's making a mistake, that's his mistake to make. So he's a grown man. I don't understand continuing to harp on it the way she is. Even in that scene, it was very passive aggressive to me. I just was like, that's not fair to do to someone on their wedding day. Now I could see if he was in an abusive relationship, or if she was a scammer or something like that, but you don't have any reason to be trying to influence him on his wedding day like that. Either way, both of them thought it was a good sign that both of their parents both got married on the 13th day of a month, and they're getting married on the 13th day. Of course, they both said yes to each other at the altar. We all knew they would. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much eventful happened. It went flawlessly between those two, and I do think they can make it in the long run. And then we have Ashley and Tyler, the procreator. I did not come up with that, y'all, by the way. Someone in my comments did. So she said it herself, she's living in her own fairy tale, Delulu land. Okay, she wants to be there. She wants to be in denial about anything that she's hearing about him. She keeps talking about how good of a man he is, And I feel like her friend was trying to give her a little pushback, like, don't all relationships start off on a good foot like this? Like, because she kept saying, oh, he gets me coffee every morning. And the friend was like, yeah, relationships start off like that. And she was like, well, I never forced him to do it. He's always wanted to do it. And it's like, he could genuinely be doing it, but he could be love bombing. And also, he's trying to earn your trust back. He's done something wrong. He's gotten caught up in a lie. He got caught up being manipulative. He wants to do it. No, he's doing it so he can keep you under his thumb. And you so quickly gave in without even making him have to work for anything. And at some point she was like, yeah, he was wanting to jump out of a plane for me. A lot of y'all in the comments were saying pick me. It is giving pick me. I'm sorry. It definitely is giving pick me all day and all night. And I hate that for her. Because, yeah, he'll jump out of a plane, but he also will disown his children. And if you're still with him and okay with the fact that he still hasn't seen his children, you're okay with him being a deadbeat, what does that say about you? If you look at her situation with her father, it seems like he just started coming around, because that's kind of how she made it seem, that he was going to walk her down the aisle and the mother was going to, carry her the last part of the aisle. Like, and she was saying he can't be mad about that because her mother was there for her and he wasn't. And even when he was trying to give her like marital advice before they walked down the aisle, she really was not trying to hear it. She was saying, yeah, okay, yeah, but she wasn't really listening. And so it's interesting that you go on to marry someone who also isn't there for their kids. Wild to me. I could never. If I got a hint of that, it would be a wrap. And even on his side of things, his friend said that he never wanted to get married before this. I'm just looking around at all the friends like, is these one of the friends that had him sleeping with his wife? If y'all don't know the tea I'm talking about, go check out the Jessie Wu interview talking to Tyler's baby mama's ex. She spilled a lot of tea. And then he had the nerve to keep saying he wanted to make a baby with her and she wants one within a year, knowing you already got kids you don't take care of. It's crazy because the people in that room, his friends, know about the kid. They have to know about those kids too. And I wonder what his mother has to say about all this. Because she also posted those kids talking about my grandkids. So I wonder, like, what her opinion is in all of this. Like, anyway, he did all that crying and hyperventilating at the altar. Obviously, both of them said I do. She had I do on the bottom of her shoes. So I guess she called herself standing on business. And it was just embarrassing on so many levels because he's been exposed in every way. And a lot of y'all probably going to be like, oh, you're being too hard on her because she didn't know the full story. Well, this comment right here shows that she has the information that we has and she just does not care. Just don't be shocked when you have kids and he does the same thing to you. We don't want to hear it on the internet. Next, we have Ramsey and Marissa. Ramsey is such a disappointment. Like, I really can't express that enough. Like, he really played in her face. He really did. So when we pick up with them, they're having a conversation where he said he talked to his brother and sister-in-law. And they revealed to him that his ex-wife, after their divorce, she was much more hurt by the whole thing than he thought. Like, of course she would be very hurt by that situation. I didn't understand what he meant. Like, how did you not understand the gravity of it? The marriage ended because of religious incompatibility. So I'm sure the love she had for him didn't just end because of that. So I would imagine both of them would be devastated. So when they're having this conversation, he's telling her that because they have incompatibilities as well, he doesn't think love alone is enough to make a marriage work. And as much as I can't stand him, he's not wrong about that. He's right. They have a lot of deal breakers between the two of them. The military thing, the children thing, the fact that he pretty much wants bedroom activities on demand, regardless of whether she's on the dot or not. These are things that I feel like the whole time they've been brushing under the rug because both of them were more focused on how they feel about each other, which really I think a lot of those feelings are rooted in lust and the fact that they were compatible in that way, that they're overlooking things that would have been the cause for divorce at the end of the day. They disagree morally and they have fundamental deal breakers. It is what it is. So she feels like him having this conversation with her, like right before the wedding, she feels blindsided by that. And I could totally understand why she feels that way, because as far as the conversations they've been having, regardless of whether or not they've disagreed, they've always ended with a hug. They've always ended with, I still want to do this. I still want to marry you. You know, he signed up for that marriage certificate. This is really coming at a shock to her. She is completely caught off guard. And in that aspect, I really do feel bad for her because she was really hurt and really upset. I'm not mad that he's recognizing the fact that this relationship is not going to work. I didn't like the fact that he put it all on the fact that he said that he didn't like her energy, or she had too much energy for him. Because I feel like that's not being 100% honest. I feel like he was using that as a scapegoat. And also saying that it's like saying she's not enough. And also she says she's been told in the past that her energy is too much on a daily basis, and she felt like she finally found her person, and she could finally fully be herself with someone and that not be a problem. And this just shows you that he's not the one. He's not the one for you. Your person will not think you are too much. Your person will love all of that. He will love your bubbly nature, how much energy you bring. I do think he was being inauthentic, and she chose him thinking he would be one way when really he was another. And I feel like her better match would have been Bowden. I really do. Like, she said she didn't have any romantic feelings for Bowden, but I feel like that could have grown because they matched the best when it came to morals, when it came to like their characteristics, their beliefs. They matched on so many levels. The main thing y'all match on is explicit. Not safe for work. But yeah, she said she thought somebody finally chose her, and it was really hard to watch her, you know, cry and say this. But it's like, that's the reason why you overlook the red flags. That's the reason why you're trying to force like a square peg in a round hole. That's why you're trying to force something that's not working, because you have him on a pedestal, and that's not really who he is. And he kind of showed you exactly who he is. And this is a blessing in disguise. He did you a favor. At least you didn't have to be up at the altar in front of everybody and have him reject you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he could have done this a little sooner, because I feel like he knew sooner. That doesn't change the fact that it was heartbreaking to watch her cry like that and sob like that on the floor, because I feel like anybody who's had their heart broken knows that feeling. I hate to see people break down like that. I hate the fact that it's, you know, going to be immortalized forever. You know, for anybody to be able to pull up anytime they think about it. Like, oh my God, that would be so devastating. Because she's going to look back on this and realize he just was not the one. And she's going to be so happy it didn't work out. Because at least y'all don't have to go through a nasty divorce. And I hate to say it, but the mama was right. Even though the mama is jaded and was projecting, she was right about him. She was. And I know she's going to be ready to... Oh, they better invite the mama to the reunion. They better invite the mama. I want to see her interact with him one last time. Because remember, she said she would cut his balls off if he hurt her. So I would like to see that mama at the reunion. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this down below. I would love to hear your opinion. And what are your predictions for the reunion? Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.